Preface. I am a chunky twat, and I do not care if you are too. I do not judge other people's lifestyles. I do, however, judge whiny bitches, so as long as you aren't one, this isn't about you. And hell, even if you are, enjoy the jokes, for what they are. Jokes.
So today I thought that we could talk about something that a lot of us are going to need in the next month or so.
Warm clothes, money for prezzies, the willpower not to kill myself and everyone around me because I hate Christmas songs and their relentless chippiness. A Santa hat. 1 out of 4 ain't bad.
And that is how to deal with the diet culture shitstorm that is headed our way.
Oh, yeah, that. Definitely not going on a killing spree. That would be crazy. No, I should just worry about what other people think every second of every day instead of just getting on with life like a normal person. That's the ticket.
The same one that comes around every single year around Christmas and New Year's.
Baffling, isn't it? People might be more conscious of their weight this time of year. I can't imagine why. Certainly nothing to do with the 7 whole turkeys, the 2 ducks and an entire cow you'll be expected to consume, along with the sweets and alcohol that will just be everywhere. And if you choose to have no self-control and then later feel guilty about it, well, that's just everyone else's fault.
Basically telling us that our bodies are wrong and we should feel really guilty for every single thing we've eaten and that we better hop on the next diet train pretty quick if we want to be happy this year.
Who? Name a name of one person specifically saying this to you. And no, not the countless diets that are trying to sell themselves to you and people like you who chose to eat too much this year when they promised themselves they wouldn't.
Now, you guys know I love calling bullshit on diet culture, but this time of year it just comes at you so thick and fast from all directions.
And for absolutely no reason, certainly not the fact that you just ate one of those promotional mountains of Ferrero Rocher. I mean, it's not even got any real chocolate in it. It's literally a cardboard display, for God's sake. Get a grip.
It's hard to know how to deal with it, what to say, how to protect yourself, really.
Well, you've got 3 choices as far as I can see. You can either stop that seafood diet, you know, seafood, and you eat it, then you won't feel guilty and you can just ignore the diet culture, which actually kind of sounds like a really disappointing food stuff. Hey, you want some diet culture? Fuck off, that tastes like feet. I want full fat culture. Num num. You can partake in everything you like and just ignore the adverts and such. I mean, the guilt everyone is making you feel when they say they are going on a diet or you see an advert for a weight loss product, well, that's projection, isn't it? You know deep down in your heart of hearts that you shouldn't have eaten the 5th deep fried cat. But God, it tastes so good with bourbon honey barbecue sauce. You just can't say no. Option 3. Partake and do the work to earn it. Add an extra run or, you know, actually do some exercise this year. It really is up to you to make the choice you want and stop expecting the world to cater to you.
And it could be that you're worrying about family members who are going to come round and attach a load of moral value to every single thing they eat.
So you're going to make things other people say about themselves about you. Magnificent.
Oh no, darling, I really can't have another mince pie. I've been so good this week and I have to be good next week and this will just be bad. I will be bad if I have that mince pie.
Did you hear the word I in that statement? That's how you know they weren't talking about you, you self-centered little cretin.
Or maybe you're expecting some body shaming comments from, you know, that one family member that comes around and just loves to make you feel shit about yourself.
Just do it back. If someone is that much of a canunt to you every time they see you, make it so they don't want to talk to you. Take control of your life for God's sake. Bully the bullies, fuck the fuckers, and have yourself another deep fried cat while screaming fudge the world. And once the world is fudged, eat that too.
And when are we going to do something about, you know, because you'd be so pretty and, you know, you've got such a pretty face. It's such a shame if you could just, you know, just lose a bit of weight.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, meanness is one thing, but lying to you, that's just uncalled for. Ladies and gentlemen, I present humour.
Or maybe you're worried about logging onto social media and being bombarded with all of the diet culture posts.
What is presented to you on most social media is based on the things that you do, the people that you follow, and the things that you say. Perhaps you should stop talking about what a fat sack of crap you are all the time, and stop following 17 ways to deep fry a pig.
10 quick ways to lose Christmas weight fast. New year, new you, get your best body yet. I'm even thinner and happier than I was in 2016, and you can be too.
Oh no, advice, how awful. I hate it when people try to make my life better, the scum.
It comes around every year, guaranteed. And actually, I think most people still don't realise how harmful it can be.
Only to those who have zero self-awareness, babe.
You know, we live in a world where we are constantly surrounded by diet culture every single day, whether there's a holiday or not.
Taking all bets, projection or objective view of reality coming up next, you decide.
We can barely open our phones or go down the street or even be anywhere in public without hearing about calories counted and pounds lost and how life would be so much better and easier and happier if we looked different.
That's funny because that's something I only ever think about when I'm actually thinking about the fact that I should lose some damned weight. Otherwise, when I open my phone, it's memes. When I'm out in public, it's ew, normies. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Well, apart from all the normies. Fuck them.
And what all that diet culture does is breed insecurity.
And there it is, isn't it? This is I'm Insecure, the video. But unfortunately, your solutions... Yes, I cheated and checked. I was worried she might not be an idiot. I was wrong, but your solutions are frankly absurd. But we will get to that.
And makes us think that our bodies are wrong, that our lives are wrong, that we can't be trusted around food, that we have to go on the next crash, juice, blend, pill, wrap, whatever.
You think that. You do. Other people don't. I would ask you to really ponder that, but I'm pretty sure you'll just start thinking about injecting veggies with lard for some secret tasty goodness.
To be happier, to be worthy, to be beautiful. Diet culture makes us insecure, ashamed of our bodies, and it wrecks our relationship with food as well.
Our relationship with food as a species, at least in first world countries, is actually kind of insane. We are the only creature that eats purely for pleasure. I mean, other animals have favourite foods, sure, but they don't mix two of their favourites together, wrap it in another favourite and then set it on fire. So maybe... don't claim that you know what a proper relationship with food looks like unless you dug it up yourself or you strangled it.
And you know, the diet industry knows that this is the time of year that they can really cash in. They know that we're going to be spending time with our families, eating what we want, maybe we'll gain some weight, and they know that they can cash in on that, make us feel like failures and make bank.
They don't have to make you feel like failures. You do that to yourself. I mean, do tell me the advert for a product constantly berating the audience for being worthless scum. Unless it's a spiked dildo in a high heel telling me I'm a naughty boy. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Yeah, once you feel bad for being a greedy little monster, they are going to cash in on your desire to find a product that will fix that. Basic supply and demand.
Which is why diet culture is so rife this time of year.
People overeating make people diet more. What an astounding observation. Get this woman a Nobel Prize and a double fudge cookie ice cream sandwich stat.
And this can be especially harmful for people who are in recovery from eating disorders or just people who've spent their entire lives falling down the diet culture rabbit hole and now actually want to make peace with their bodies and make peace with food and try something different.
I'm sorry that there are people with eating disorders, but they are a minority and we don't change how our entire culture works for minorities. So the fact that being a healthy size requires a good diet and exercise cannot, will not, and I'll tell you this, if you are trying to change that fact, must not change. There are ways and means to keep this stuff out of your general field of view, but if you want to participate in society and you have a clinical eating disorder, you are going to have to deal with the fact that there is shit out there that is going to make you feel bad, and you are just going to have to learn to deal with it, using support networks and the plethora of techniques out there that will allow you to cope. You don't get to fundamentally change how we do things that doesn't reflect reality, because that would be dumb.
It can be a really triggering time of year and it can really set us back in our recoveries or on our journeys to self-acceptance.
It sounds to me like you might have a bigger problem than your crippling addiction to bull bladders filled with whipped cream.
So if you want to get through this month without being made to feel like the worst person in the world for eating a mince pie...
Nope, no, stop right there. Mince pies are disgusting and they are a lie. Full of fruit and not one shred of minced beef.
Or like you have to drown in guilt if your jeans get a little bit tight.
Elastic waistbands. Just saying.
Here are some of my tips for fending off diet culture and staying in your body positive mindset.
And here we go. Get ready for some weapons grade entitlement.
Number 1, set your boundaries.
When I heard that first little bit, I was so full of hope and frankly a little disappointed that, oh hey, maybe she's not an idiot. She's going to say, don't eat everything and everyone you see just because it's a holiday. However...
decide right now that you deserve a body shame free holiday, which you do, because we all do. So this could look like talking to your family in advance. If it's a family event that you're worried about and, you know, maybe sitting around the Christmas dinner table, you can do some damage control before the day comes. And this might look like talking to your family members and just explaining the situation, you know, telling them that
Nope. You do not get to police what other people say. You don't get to barge into your family dinner and tell everyone they aren't allowed to broach perfectly reasonable subjects because it might make you feel bad. You self-centered bag of out-of-date donkey flanks, which you would probably eat. The world and even your family does not revolve around you and your inability to not be a greedy so-and-so and the fact that you then feel bad about how you have no self-control. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about people with actual eating conditions. I do think that a sensible family would probably already have some idea not to talk about how everything makes them want to throw up to your sister with bulimia. But that is clearly not the case with you and many people like you, unless eating everything-itis is now a thing.
you have been really struggling with your relationship with your body or your relationship with food, and it would be really helpful to you if everyone could just be mindful of the topics and not talk about calories or weight loss or what's wrong with everyone's bodies.
Do not do this. What everyone will hear is, me. You should do things for me. Don't talk about whatever you want. Talk about what I want. And me. In fact, the only person who got to be fat and say me constantly was Pavarotti. And you ain't.
And if they seem receptive to that, you know, maybe you could tell them that you've been learning about this thing called body positivity.
Then they'll know you're an utter cretin.
And it's really helping you, and it would be really helpful for you if everyone could be respectful of that and just keep it in mind for the day.
I can't imagine being so goddamn entitled that I thought it would be absolutely fine to just tell people what they can and can't talk about. Christ.
Or it might be that you're just going along fine, Christmas Day at the table, everything's cool, and then bam, diet culture bomb. And you weren't expecting it and you don't know what to do about it.
Whatever you do, don't be an adult about it. That'd be crazy.
If you are comfortable enough, then you could kind of do the same thing as before and explain the situation, call them up on what they've just said.
No!
This could look something like, I know you don't mean anything negative by it, but the way you just spoke about your body or about food, that can be really damaging to me because, you know, I've really struggled to accept myself and to have a good relationship with food. And now I'm trying this thing where I don't put myself down and I don't obsess about calories and weight, and it would just be really helpful for me and my mental health if you could try and do that with me.
Your family must frigging hate you. I imagine they feel the ground shake as you approach, and it's like that scene from Jurassic Park where they look at the cup of water vibrating and then they just look at each other in terror. Except all the people in the film had to worry about was peeps in the park getting eaten alive, and with you, no way, that could totally happen too. Never mind.
Or some variation of that. But obviously if you're at like a family party and you're not actually that close to the people there, that's going to be a bit intense, and you maybe just want to change the subject instead, which you are completely allowed to do.
Holy shit, an actual good piece of advice. And if they won't change the subject just politely, or hell, really rudely, it's funnier, find a way to excuse yourself. I'm sorry, I really must go. I really need a banging shit, mate.
Something that could make them think without getting too far into it would be something like, I think we've got way more interesting things to talk about than how much weight we've lost. Aunt Carol, how's your sea monkey collection going?
Mine is way better.
Shout out to anyone who actually does have an Aunt Carol with a sea monkey collection, because that sounds pretty interesting to me.
It really, really isn't. That's why we stopped talking to Aunt Carol.
Or you could say, hey, have you heard of body positivity? It's this movement that's about accepting all of our bodies no matter how they look and making peace with food. And it's actually really been helping me. I mean, I'd be happy to tell you some more about it if you wanted.
Nobody likes an evangelist for their religion at a party. People are actually trying to have fun.
Or a couple of options if you're feeling kind of sassy. Interesting, yeah. Did you know that 95% of diets fail and there's actually no long-term evidence whatsoever to prove that people can lose weight and keep it off?
Oh, really? That is very interesting. Did you know that that's something only fat people say to excuse the fact that they can't stop eating whale burgers?
Or one option that I've seen my friend Jolie use in action. What are calories? You could also do that one without dropping food down your outfit. It's up to you.
No, I think it really helps sell the retardation. They will leave you alone after that, I'm sure.
Or if you don't feel like you want to challenge anyone, because I know that level of confrontation, that can be really anxiety inducing. It's okay, because you are allowed to just leave. You are allowed to leave conversations and situations that are bad for your mental health. You're allowed to get away from the dinner table. You're allowed to leave those group of people over there. It's okay. You are allowed to prioritize yourself and your mental health.
And if you are that emotionally fragile, I think that might be the best option for you. I would, however, add that you might want to seek some help with your issues, because if people having normal conversations about normal subjects upsets you so much that you have to leave or berate everybody about it, the issue isn't with them, it's with you. I honestly have no problem with personal body positivity. There are some scenarios where you have things about yourself that are literally out of your control, and I can't stress this enough, your problems are your problems, and if you think the world owes it to you to make you comfortable in every single situation, you are dead wrong. We all have shit we don't like about ourselves, or shit that other people say, and you either talk about it like an adult, or honestly, shut up and go sit in the corner. Because if you are a grown person and you think that you get to dictate the terms of other people's conversations, you are actually an oversized child. And for the few of you with legitimate mental health issues, you need to go get them seen to with professional help, not let some internet dickhead give you terrible advice. I mean, that does count for me too, but I'm at least going to tell you to go talk to an actual expert, because what the fuck do I know? As for the rest of this video, well, this talk of food is making me very hungry. Gonna go have me some chicken, cheese and bacon pastries. Judge me all you want, I'm the one who gets to eat tasty food, bitches. Peace!